Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. In this one, I will discuss today's update in Black Ops Cold War as well as the recent Warzone patch. So of course guys, today I have quite a bit of content to talk about, as if you weren't already aware, a little bit earlier today there was a brand new update in Cold War multiplayer as well as zombies, introducing some new playlists, as well as in Warzone there was a recent patch that addressed some major issues in the game. So with that said, if you guys want to enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like on it down below, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class setups, and all kinds of things like that. So without further ado, now that I got the intro out of the way, let's dive right into it. And alright, so to kick off today's video, I want to talk about the new content that we received with today's update in Black Ops Cold War. Interestingly enough, with this brand new update, we received a couple new playlists in the game, being the Paintball Moshpit, the Throwback Moshpit, as well as the 12v12 Moshpit. So let's take some time and break it down a little bit. The Paintball Moshpit is brand new to the game, and Treyarch went on to state, and I quote, "Paintball Moshpit joins the fray in multiplayer, offering a mix of 6v6 respawn modes featuring paintball impact visuals and sound effects on the new map Rush." Now this makes a lot of sense, because since the map Rush is a paintball course set in Georgia, it's only appropriate that they made this new mosh pit with the feature, and this is actually very reminiscent of the paintball weapon effect that we saw back in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. If you guys weren't already aware, back in Advanced Warfare you could go into the settings and enable or disable a paintball effect, where no matter what weapon you are going to be using, if you shot it, you were going to be getting paintball effects, which is really interesting, and it's really cool that they decided to bring that back with the 6v6 paintball mosh pit that is now live in Black Ops Cold War. Moving on down, now let's talk about the next new playlist, and that's the Throwback Mosh Pit. Now if you guys have been playing Cold War for a little while now, you would know that this mosh pit isn't technically new, however it did end up getting updated. Of course, as the name suggests, the Throwback Mosh Pit is a 6v6 mosh pit of classic Black Ops maps. Now within the different months as well as seasons, this particular mosh pit has been expanded upon, being that originally it was just Nuketown 84 as well as Raid, however later on Express, Standoff, and Hijacked were added into the mosh pit, and more recently Rush was added into the mosh pit, and that's how come it's back. So this is really interesting in my opinion, and if you guys are a fan of Rush, you now have the Paintball Mosh Pit, which is essentially a Rush 24/7 playlist with a twist, and of course you also have the Throwback Mosh Pit, which now features Rush in addition to many other classic Black Ops maps. So if you guys haven't already checked out the updated Throwback Mosh Pit, make sure you go ahead and do so. So now let's move on down and talk about the third new playlist, and that's the 12v12 Mosh Pit. Of course, a couple weeks ago we did end up seeing the introduction of the 12v12 Mosh Pit, and a lot of people have enjoyed it, including myself, and for a little while unfortunately it was taken out of the game. However, it is now returned, and if you guys would like to, you can hop into the 12v12 Mosh Pit right now and play 12v12 on classic 6v6 maps, which makes it really hectic and allows you to get a lot of kills. So with that said, now let's move on down and talk about the Cold War Free Access Week. If you guys weren't already aware, starting in Modern Warfare, Activision would periodically make multiplayer free to play for a weekend or for a week, and they continue that tradition into Black Ops Cold War. And starting today, Black Ops Cold War multiplayer and zombies is free to play. And for the free access weekend, players can play zombies, including the brand new map Malware Toten, Nukejack 24/7, the Paintball Mosh Pit, as well as party games. This is honestly really good, especially for those people that really just play either Modern Warfare multiplayer or Warzone, and they want to try out Cold War multiplayer, because although the game gets a lot of hate, I personally enjoy it. So this is a really good opportunity, as you can play multiplayer as well as zombies for 100% free for an entire week. So if you guys haven't already checked out Cold War multiplayer and you would like to, make sure you download Cold War for this free access weekend. Now to kick that off, starting tomorrow, we do end up seeing a double XP weekend in Black Ops Cold War and Warzone, starting at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time and running between the 23rd as well as the 26th. So if you're trying to level up before Season 5 starts in just about 3 weeks, make sure you go ahead and play this weekend. Which, speaking of which, if you guys haven't already, make sure you comment down below what level are you currently in Cold War as well as Warzone. Now with that said, now let's talk about the brand new Roze skin that is in Black Ops Cold War as well as Warzone. Now at this point, I'm pretty sure we're all aware of the infamous all-black Roze skin that has been prominent in Warzone ever since Modern Warfare Season 5, where of course the all-black variation of the Roze skin was in the Season 5 Battle Pass. And interestingly enough, today a brand new bundle was released into the game featuring an operator that resembles the all-black Roze skin almost to a T, and that's the Special Ops Pro pack. Now interestingly enough, this is kind of like a starter pack for Warzone, being that this pack will be costing you $20 and will be giving you the legendary Hypersonic Portnova skin, the Thrust Engine Farah blueprint, the Sound Barrier AK-74U blueprint, a calling card emblem, and 2400 COD points, which is extremely interesting, and that means to a certain extent this bundle is actually free. Now just hear me out for a second here. Of course, as I just mentioned, this pack will be costing you $20 US, and interestingly enough, 2400 COD points is equivalent to $20. So that means when you purchase this pack for $20, you are going to be getting all the items in it, and you also are going to be getting $20 worth of COD points. So in some respects, this Special Ops Pro pack is kind of like a Call of Duty gift card where you are going to be converting your 20 real dollars into $20 worth of COD points. So that said, if you guys are interested in this pack, make sure you go ahead and check it out, as overall the items in this pack are really solid. So just make sure to keep that in mind. So with that said, guys, now let's move on down and talk about the recent patch that was in Call of Duty Warzone. So interestingly enough, yesterday there was an update in Warzone fixing a very notable issue in regards to the C58 assault rifle. Of course, the C58 is a DLC rifle that was added into the game with the battle pass of Cold War Season 4, and recently a lot of people have been using it in Warzone because this weapon has low recoil, high damage, and a very consistent fire rate. And for many players, the C58 kind of replaced the AMAX as filling the role as a primary medium to long range assault rifle. And interestingly enough, there was a glitch where the Royal and Cross 4x optic actually reduced the weapon's recoil significantly, especially once you compare it to other optics in the game, and this primary issue was addressed with yesterday's update. So with that in mind, if you guys like using the C58, I would highly recommend that you swap out the 4x optic for the 3x optic. And that's one thing that I find pretty interesting, because a lot of people would agree that the 3x optic is way cleaner and way easier to use on the C58, and the only reason why people were using the 4x optic was so that way the recoil was significantly reduced. So now after this particular update, it looks like everyone's going to be going back to the 3x optic, which is pretty funny. Now, just to be entirely clear, the Royal and Cross 4x optic is still usable, and if you do prefer that optic over the 3x optic, you can still use it. The only thing that was changed is that now it doesn't decrease your recoil and is now in line with all the other optics for the C58. Now, of course, that was the major change with yesterday's update in Call of Duty Warzone. However, in addition to that, there were a couple other changes that I do quickly want to mention, and they are primarily bug fixes. So firstly, they fixed an issue causing dead silence to remain active for the entire match if the player used it seconds before the pre-match lobby ended. They also fixed an issue causing the sentry turn kill streak map icon to not move when placed on the train, and they also fixed an issue with the flavor text on various blueprints. So yeah guys, with that said, that will effectively wrap up today's video. I hope you went on to enjoy it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on this video, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications, so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class slips, and all kinds of things like that. So thank you once again for watching this video. I've been your host, Deeper Jungle. I hope to see you in the next one.